Press the bell icon on YouTube and don't miss another update.
Namaskar. Welcome to another episode of Editorial. The former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi, is tipped to be the next Chief Minister of Assam. Now, this is rumors. These are what is being told in the political circles, that he could be the next Chief Minister of Assam. Currently, of course, the former CJI is the MP Rajya Sabha. Now, till recently, one couldn't ask him much questions because he was the CJI, and you would be in contempt of court, and so one was kind of restrained to ask questions. But now, since he could be the next Chief Minister of Assam, I want to ask him a few questions, and a few questions that this country needs to know. Okay, I sound like somebody else now, but all the same, a few questions that this country needs to know. Let's get right into the show. The first question that I want to ask the former Chief Justice of India, Mr. Ranjan Gogoi, is: does he stand by what he and his four colleagues, Justice Chellameshwar, Justice Kurian, Justice Lokur, and he himself, what they had said? Does he stand by it? This is what they had to say to the press. It is with no pleasure in our heart that we are compelled to take this decision to call for a press conference. But sometimes the administration of the Supreme Court is not in order. And many things which are less than desirable have happened in the last few months. And they went on to say that there have been instances where cases having far-reaching consequences to the nation have been assigned by Chief Justice of this court selectively to the benches of their preference, without any rationale for such assignments. This must be guarded against at all cost. Does Ranjan Gogoi still believes in what he just said? Does Ranjan Gogoi believe that the former CJI, Mr. Deepak Mishra, connived with the government to protect certain people in the government and therefore passed certain judgments, took certain steps to protect them? Does he believe in that? If he believed in that, what did he do when he became the Chief Justice of India? What did he do to stop it? What did he do to bring them to books? What is he doing now when he is in the Rajya Sabha? If he doesn't believe in that, then why doesn't he take another press conference and say everything that I said was humbug? I just stood by those four people and I said what they wanted to say. Why isn't he saying that? What is exactly Mr. Ranjan Gogoi's stance today? That's my first question to him. My question number 2. In April 2019, a junior court assistant, a lady, accused the then Chief Justice of India of sexually harassing her. She said that he sexually harassed her while she was working at his residence as a junior court assistant. Now, my first question to the Honorable MP, Mr. Gogoi, is: why did he decide to sit on his own hearing? He was the accused and he was the judge in this case. He sat on his own hearing. Why? The second question is: why didn't he give it to a bench? Why did he give this case to an in-house committee? Why? You see, the in-house committee, I will read out the judgment passed by the in-house committee. The in-house committee said, the in-house committee has found no substance in the allegation contained in the complaint dated 19/4/2019 of a former employee of Supreme Court of India. Please take note that in case of Indra Jaisingh versus Supreme Court of India and other 5 SSC 9494, it has been held that the report of the committee constituted as part of the in-house procedure is not liable to be made public. So there was an in-house committee made, and this in-house committee was told that everything that happens inside is in-house. Nobody else will come to know about it. Why? Why was a Supreme Court judge given a special treatment? Okay, ठीक है. So we can argue that okay, this lady must have falsely accused him, and therefore this entire thing, so that it doesn't spoil the reputation of the Chief Justice of India, that was all kept hush hush. If that was the case, why wasn't this lady held for contempt of court? If this was all false, she should have been in jail. Why wasn't she held contempt of court? So that's my third question. Why was she not held contempt of court? My fourth question. This lady was sacked. And the reason given for her sacking was that this lady, incidentally, had protested her transfer, and therefore she had crossed the line. She had transcended her authority, so she was sacked. Fair enough. The lady says, when I wanted to complain about this sexual harassment, when I wanted to resist the sexual harassment, I was transferred. And then I protested. She said, just because I didn't allow you to sexually harass me, you are transferring me. So she protested, and when she protested, she was sacked. This is what her version was. Okay? We assume that her version is wrong because that is what the court said, isn't it? So fair enough. She was hired back in 2020. Why? What change happened? If she had falsely accused him and she had transcended her authority and she was crossing her line, what happened in 2020? Why was she brought back with almost the same salary, same perks, and from the day she was suspended, she was sacked. Everything was given to her. Why was she got back? Why such a compromise? Question fourth. Question fifth. You see, this lady, there was a criminal case against her. Somebody had put a criminal case against her that she had taken bribe from him to get somebody a job or something in Supreme Court. There was a criminal case against her. In May of 2019, the court found her case baseless and threw out the case and everything was closed. And ironically, strangely, even that criminal complaint went away. You see, all this has justifications, all this has paperwork and everything. I just want to ask you viewers a question before I end my editorial. The question is, look at all the signs in this case. Look at all the events in this case. Do you think everything is fair? Think about it, and I ask these questions to Mr. Ranjan Gogoi because today he is a public representative. He could be the Chief Minister of a state of ours. Today, he is answerable to us. And I need those answers. Till we meet next time. Namaskar.